Hello YouTubers, this is 777 Die Hard Forever coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model as I continue to play catch up. Today I'll be doing a review on an Inflight Vintage American Airlines Boeing 767-300ER extended range jetliner aircraft in their retro polished livery scheme without the winglets in a 1/200 scale model. I purchased this model from Waffle Collectibles and their website address is www.wafflecollectibles.com. But first, before I go into details about this particular aircraft model, please allow me to share with you some information about the history of American Airlines and how they actually came about as an airline carrier. American Airlines is an American-based airline carrier that was founded on April 15, 1926 in Chicago, Illinois as the American Airways Company and operated under that airline's name up until 1934 when the American Airways Company was acquired by the late E.L. Court, who eventually changed and renamed the airline's carrier's name to what has become known to the world today as American Airlines shortly thereafter, as American Airlines officially commenced operations as an airline carrier on June 25, 1936. American Airlines is currently the 10th oldest operating airline carrier in the world based on foundation date after KLM Royal Dutch Airlines, Avianca, Qantas, Aeroflot Russian Airlines, Czech Airlines, Finnair, Tajik Air, Delta, and United Airlines respectively as one of the major flag carrier airlines of the United States of America, whereas the corporate headquarters of American Airlines is actually located in the Centerport Office Complex, which is located in Fort Worth, Texas, while the airline's main hub and base of operations is located nearby on the grounds of Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, which is located approximately 22 miles northwest of the downtown Central District section of Dallas, Texas, which is also located in the Dallas suburb of Fort Worth, Texas. American Airlines also has operational base hubs that's located at Chicago O'Hare International Airport, located in Chicago, Illinois, Miami International Airport, located in Miami, Florida, Los Angeles International Airport, located in Los Angeles, California, John F. Kennedy International Airport, located in Jamaica, Queens, New York, LaGuardia Airport, located in East Elmhurst, Queens, New York, Charlotte Douglas International Airport, located in Charlotte, North Carolina, Philadelphia International Airport, located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, located in Phoenix, Arizona, and Reagan Washington National Airport, located in the Washington, D.C. suburb of Arlington, Virginia. American Airlines is currently the largest airline operator in the world when measured in terms of scheduled passengers carried, revenue, passenger miles generated, and daily flights. Ranked second in terms of the number of passenger destinations served after United. Ranked third in terms of generated revenue after Delta and United. Ranked third in fleet size after Delta and United. Ranked third in terms of the number of routes served after Southwest Airlines and Ryanair, and ranked ninth in terms of the number of countries served. And at the time of this video review posting, American Airlines currently flies to 353 destinations in 63 countries across North America, South America, Europe, Asia, and Oceania, with an operating fleet of 971 aircraft that does not include this particular aircraft type, as this aircraft is no longer operated in the American Airlines fleet at the time of this video review posting. Also at the time of this video review posting, American Airlines is one of 146 airlines in the world of aviation that currently operates as a certified 3-star airline carrier, according to the international airline review firm Skytrax magazine, and the Boeing customer code for American Airlines for this particular aircraft was 23. All right, everyone, let's take a look at the front of the box. You see the top of it, you see the aircraft type, the iconic American Airlines logo, the American billboard title, the computer-generated picture of the aircraft. You see the registration ship number, the Inflight 200 decal, as well as the next generation 1/200 scale die-cast aircraft models and item number information you see at the front of the box. Here's some more information concerning in-flight models. You can download it through the Android app or the Apple app. You can pause and read that if you like, as well as the Boeing official license product decal. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep this moving, all right? All right, now you're looking at the top of the box, and what you see is the Boeing 767-300, the aircraft type, the American billboard title, the computer-generated picture of the aircraft, and the 1/200 scale model, the Inflight website address, the item number information, as well as the Inflight logo you see there, as well as the registration ship number you see at the top of the box. as well as the bottom of the box, which contains the same information at the top of the box I showed you earlier on, okay? All right, now you're looking at the actual model stand that came with this model. You see the bottom of the model stand here, that plaque here. You see the iconic American Airlines logo, the aircraft type, as well as the 1/200 scale model information you see on that plaque. And then you come up here, you see this black padding here, folks. The sole purpose of this black pad is this pad not only protects your model, it also prevents from being damaged and scratched and when and if you decide you want to put your aircraft model on this particular model stand, okay? All right, now you're looking at this plastic bag, and what you see inside this plastic bag are the actual gear replacement doors, featuring the 2 little toothpicks for these gear replacement doors. Please stay tuned as I go into detail for the sole purpose of these gear replacement doors for this particular aircraft model, okay? All right, with all that information out of the way about the history of American Airlines and how they actually came about as an airline carrier, plus all the details here at the front of the box, as well as the Inflight website address, as well as the apps concerning Inflight models on the back of the box, plus the actual model stand that came with the model, as well as the gear replacement doors inside that plastic bag there. With no further ado, everyone, here is the actual model out of the packaging box. Check it out. All right, everyone, there it is. The Inflight Vintage American Airlines Boeing 767-300ER extended range jetliner aircraft in their retro polished livery scheme without the winglets and a 1/200 scale model. All right, everyone, allow me to share with you some information about the American Airlines Boeing 767-300ER extended range jetliner aircraft, how it became a part of their fleet, and what aircraft actually replaced this aircraft, okay? American Airlines officially became the actual launch customer of this particular jetliner aircraft, the Boeing 767-300ER extended range jetliner aircraft variant, as American Airlines took delivery of their very first Boeing 767-300ER extended range jetliner aircraft, which bears the registration ship number November 351 Alpha Alpha on February 19, 1988. And took delivery of their very last Boeing 767-300ER extended range jetliner aircraft, which bears the registration ship number November 399 Alpha November on May 28, 1999. American Airlines at one time previously registered and operated as many as 67 Boeing 767-300ERs in their fleet, which included the 10 that was inherited from the acquisition of TWA, or Trans World Airlines, when the airline carrier was officially acquired by American Airlines on December 1st, 2001. As American Airlines was previously the world's largest airline operator of this particular aircraft variant, the Boeing 767-300ER extended range jetliner aircraft variant, respectively. And now, at the time of this video review posting, this particular aircraft is no longer operating in the American Airlines fleet, as the Fort Worth, Texas-based airline carrier officially announced sometime in 2020 that it would eventually phase out and retire the Boeing 767-300ER extended range jetliner aircraft from the carrier's fleet altogether, in which they finally did in the first quarter of 2020, as this particular aircraft was officially phased out of the American Airlines fleet on March 30th, 2020. And after serving the American Airlines fleet for 32 years as one of the official flagship jetlines for the Fort Worth, Texas-based airline carrier, this particular vintage jetliner aircraft has since been replaced with their Boeing 777-300ERs, their Boeing 787s, as well as their forthcoming next generation Airbus A321XLRs, extra long-range jetliner aircraft variant, which is scheduled to enter the American Airlines fleet sometime in the foreseeable future. Now let's talk about this iconic retro livery scheme, which I enjoyed pretty much. This was probably my favorite livery scheme of American Airlines. This was American Airlines' second livery scheme, which was actually called the bare metal livery scheme, which was first introduced in 1967 and remained their signature trademark livery scheme for about 46 years until American Airlines unveiled their current livery scheme on January 17, 2013. So, with all that information out of the way about this iconic aircraft, as well as the iconic livery scheme you see displayed on this aircraft, with no further ado, everyone, let me get down to the nitty-gritty and show you all the details on this aircraft model. Shall we? Let's check it out. All right, we're going to start at the front of the aircraft here on the port/left side. We're going to start at the front nose landing gears you see here, the landing gear struts, the landing gear door featuring the fleet number 363. See the pewter tubes and the static ports, what have you, the radome nose cone, the windshield wiper, and the cockpit windows. I'm going to give you a better visual view of those details later on in my review, as well as the nice looking blue, white, and red cheat line you see there, which I miss dearly. And then right next to the L1 entrance door is the One World logo right here, right there by the American Billboard title. American Airlines joined the One World Alliance along with British Airways, Cathay Pacific, and Qantas as one of the 4 founding members on February 1st, 1999, which consists of 13 airline members from 6 inhabited continents. And then you see the American Billboard title there as well. All right, now you're looking at the center of the aircraft underneath the wings. What you're looking at is the actual landing bogey gears here, which include the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. And then more important, you see these nice looking engines right here with the engine cone, very detailed. And these are the General Electric CF6-80C2B6 turbofan type engines that was actually used on this particular American Airlines Boeing 767-300ER extended range jetliner aircraft. Now we're going to turn this aircraft model around. I'm going to let you check out the front of the engines and we're going to see if they actually spin. Let's check it out. All right, now you're looking at the front of the engines here on the port/left side, featuring the engine stripes you see displayed there. Now we're going to see if these fan blades spin. Oh man, perfect. I can say about these, the engine blades on the Inflight models, I don't ever have no problems with them, like the Gemini jets and the JC Wing ones, a little challenge with them. They don't spin at all, but it is what it is. And then you see the inboard landing light right there, as well as the front visual view of the landing bogey gears, which include the landing gear struts, as well as the landing gear doors. All right, now you're looking at the front of the engines here on the starboard side, which features the engine stripes you see displayed there as well. Now let's see the fan blade spin over here as well. Oh, perfect. Awesome. And then you see the inboard landing light, as well as the front visual view of the landing bogey gears, which includes the landing gear struts, as well as the landing gear doors there as well. All right, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft where you got a better visual view of the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the radome nose cone, the front nose landing gear doors, the landing gear lights inside of the landing gear doors, the landing gear struts, as well as the front visual view of the front nose landing gears. All right. All right, now you're looking at the edge of the wingtip here on the port side of the aircraft, which features the red navigation light you see displayed there. All right, we're at the back of the aircraft here on the port/left side, and underneath the iconic blue, white, and red cheat line is the actual ATF bulk bin door you see displayed there. And right underneath that last exit door is the actual registration ship number, November 363 Alpha Alpha, which is this little information you see there. Registration ship number, November 363 Alpha Alpha. This particular aircraft was actually the 13th Boeing 767-300ER extended range jetliner aircraft that actually entered the American Airlines fleet. And the first test flight on this aircraft took place on September 2nd, 1988, and was delivered to American Airlines on September 16th, 1988, and operated in the American Airlines fleet for almost 27 years until this particular aircraft was officially withdrawn from service on August 17, 2015, then was eventually flown to the Roswell International Air Center storage facility that's located in Roswell, New Mexico, where this aircraft, vintage jetliner aircraft, was eventually scrapped shortly thereafter, okay? All right, we still at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, and what you're looking at is the tail fin of the aircraft, and what you're looking at on that tail fin is the vintage American Airlines logo, which is this little famous logo right here that I miss very well as well. This particular vintage logo was American Airlines' 4th logo design that was first designed in 1931 by Goodrich Murphy, who was also an American Airlines employee at the time. Then the logo was later redesigned in 1967 by the late Italian designer Massimo Vignelli, who was born in 1931 and passed away in 2014, as this was the actual signature trademark logo for American Airlines for 46 years until it was eventually replaced with their current logo, which is called the flight symbol, which was unveiled on January 17, 2013. And then right above the top of the tail fin of the aircraft is the actual American flag decal, which is this decal right here. And this flag decal represents the country where American Airlines currently operates from as one of the major flag carrier airlines of the United States of America. And then you come down here, you see the APU, auxiliary power unit exhaust hole, and there is a hole back here. As well as the entire aircraft from the rear view angle. Check it out. There it is. Awesome. All right, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft here on the starboard side, right side of the aircraft, where you see the front nose landing gears, the landing gear struts, the landing gear door featuring the fleet number there, the Peter 2 and the static ports, the radome nose cone, the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the American billboard title, the famous blue, white, and red cheat line, the front cargo container loading door, as well as the inboard landing light you see there as well. All right, now you're looking at the center of the aircraft here on the starboard side, where you see the nice looking General Electric CF6-80 C2B6 turbofan type engines right here, including the engine cones right there, as well as the side vision view of these landing gears, which include the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. Okay. All right, now you're looking at the edge of the wing here on the starboard side, where you see the green navigation light you see displayed there on the edge of the wingtip. All right, now you're looking at the back of the aircraft, and what you see is the rear cargo containing loading door, the iconic red, white, and blue cheat line, the registration ship number, the vintage American Airlines logo, as well as the American flag decal you see here on the tail fin of the aircraft. All right. All right, before I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view in full detail, please allow me to let you check out one feature, which is the rolling gears. Let's check them out. Rolls pretty good. All right. It tilts, as you can see there. It's tilting by itself. And the front nose landing gear swivels as well. You see there, there, and there. Okay. So with that said, let's check this aircraft model out from the aerial bird's eye view. All right. Now you're looking at the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model. We're going to start at the front, as always. See the radome nose cone plated in red, white, and blue. The visual view of the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers. Then we come up here. See the anti-collision beacon light, another high-frequency antenna, as well as the American billboard towers on both sides of the aircraft. See the satellite communications antenna right there for Wi-Fi and internet service and all that good stuff. And then ADF antennas, very detailed. And then you come up here as the tail fin of the aircraft, as well as the horizontal stabilizer featuring the two little dots you see there, as well as over here as well. Those two little dots, everyone, are actually called illuminator lights. And the sole purpose of those illuminator lights, that it used to light up this tail fin here when it used to fly at nighttime. All right. Now let's check out the wings and the engines. The wing walkway, the top of the engine featuring the engine stripes, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as the edge of the wingtip there. And then we come over this way. The wing walkway, top of the engines, as well as the top of the wings, which includes the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as the edge of the wingtip on this side here as well. All right, now looking at the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model. We're going to start at the front as always here as well. You see the gray radome nose cone, the crew escape hatch door, the front nose landing gear door, as well as the front nose landing gears. And then you come over here, you see the high frequency antenna there, the anti-collision beacon light, the hole where the miles 10 actually goes in at, a couple more high frequency antennas, pressure relief valve, the tail skid bumper, the ADF housing doors, as well as the horizontal stabilizers underneath. Now let's check out the gears here. Oh, you tilt. Cool. As well as the engines there, as well as the wings underneath, which includes the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as the edge of the wingtip here as well. Now let's check out over here. See the gears here? Tilt, pretty good. The engines, as well as the wings underneath, which includes the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as the edge of the wingtip as well. All right, since I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft in full detail, as well as the undercarriage belly view in detail there as well. Now I'm going to put it on that nice little model stand you see there that I showed you earlier. With no further ado, everyone, here is the model on the stand. Check it out. All right, I finally got this model on the stand with no problem, no hesitating. I see it being displayed in the takeoff landing position. Now I'm gonna allow this model to rotate in a clockwise rotation, starting with the port side, then the tail cam angle, then the visual view from the starboard side, then the front of the aircraft, and then back to the port side. Check it out. All right, before I take this actual models off this model stand, I got it at this angle for a reason, and the reason is the magnetic gears that came with this model. So I'm gonna go ahead and take them out. Let's see what I'm talking about. Let's start with the front nose land gears. Magnetic. The gears here on the port side, magnetic, you see there, as well as the gears on the starboard side, magnetic as well, okay? So with that said, I'm gonna let you see this aircraft model in flight mode position with the gears up. Check it out. All right, now you're seeing this model being displayed in flight mode / gears up position without the gears. Now you got one or two options how you want to display your model from this point on. If you want to keep your model displayed like this in the gears up without the gears in that position, that's fine. You see these gear replacement doors inside this plastic bag that I showed you earlier? That's the sole purpose of these gear replacement doors. So you can substitute your model like this in gears up without the gears position. Or you can keep yours in the gear down position like I do. That's your choice, but I choose to keep mine gears on the model because it adds more value to the model. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and put these gears back on this model, take this model off the stand, and go ahead and wrap up this model review, okay? All right, let's talk about the seating configuration. This particular American Airlines Boeing 767-300ER extended range jetliner aircraft seated 225 passengers in a two-class configured cabin layout. Here's the breakdown, everyone, from rows 2 to 6, which will be from here to about right here. You had 30 business class live flatbed seats in rows 11 to 44, which will be from here all the way back to the rear of the aircraft. You had an additional 195 economy class seats, which brought the total of 225 seats. And finally, from 1988 up until this particular vintage jetliner aircraft was officially withdrawn from service in March 2020, American Airlines previously utilized this particular aircraft on transatlantic routes, transcontinental routes, certain domesticated routes, and also employed this aircraft on routes to Hawaii as well as routes to Latin and South America respectively from the carrier's main operating base hubs at Dallas Fort Worth, Chicago O'Hare, Charlotte, Los Angeles, Miami, New York JFK, Philadelphia, and Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport respectively. Well, everyone, this will conclude this model review. I'd like to know if you got this model or you plan on getting it, if you can get your hands on it. And the only way you can get your hands on it at this point is on eBay, because I can tell you right now, this particular aircraft model is becoming very hard and very scarce to find. If you can get your hands on it, consider yourself blessed. So with that said, take care, God bless, stay tuned. There's more model content coming. Peace.